Hello, welcome to today's class. In this video we shall be looking at how to multiply matrices. Now I'll be showing us two examples right here. The first example is a 2 by 2 matrix multiplying a 2 by 2 matrix, and the second example is right here is a 2 by 3 matrix multiplying a 3 by 2 matrix. Alright, so before we start, I will give us the condition for multiplication to take place. For us to be able to multiply two matrices, the first matrix, the number of columns in the first matrix must be the same as the number of rows in the second matrix. As you can see right here, we have 2 columns in this matrix, and the number of rows is also 2 in the second matrix. So we can be able to multiply matrix A and B because they have the same number of columns and same number of rows. Now let's multiply matrix A by matrix B. Matrix A is 2, 3, minus 5 and 4, and matrix B is minus 5, 1, 0 and 2. Now how do we multiply matrices? To multiply a matrix, we have to multiply matching numbers, just as you use the dot product. We multiply matching numbers. For example, is the row multiplied by the column of the other matrix. Alright, so the first thing we do here is 2 times 5 times minus 5. So we multiply the matching or the corresponding numbers. So 2 times minus 5 plus 3 times 0, that is the first element. So to get this part of the matrix is 2 times 1 plus 3 times 2. Okay, now we'll move on to the next row in the first matrix. What we do now, I can use a different marker. Same thing we do here, this row times the column. So minus 5 times minus 5 plus 4 times 0. Alright, so to get the other part of the matrix is the same thing, minus 5 times 1 plus 4 times 2. So now we have to add to get a matrix. So therefore we can say that matrix A times matrix B will give us, open my square brackets. I can use a different marker for this. Let me use a black marker. So 2 times minus 5 will give us minus 10 plus 3 times 0 is 0. So minus 10 plus 0 gives us minus 10. Okay, 2 times 1 gives us 2 plus 3 times 2 is 6. So 2 plus 6 is 8. Next one, minus 5 times minus 5 is 25, plus 4 times 0 is 0, so that gives us 25. Alright, so minus 5 times 1 is minus 5, plus 4 times 2 is 8, minus 5 plus 8 gives us 3. So matrix A times B is minus 10, 8, 25, and 3. So this is our final answer for matrix A times matrix B. Please note that for you to multiply two matrices, the number of columns in the first matrix must be the same as the number of rows in the second matrix, and your final answer should be a 2 by 2 matrix. Let's look at the second example. Now in this case we are given a 2 by 3 matrix multiplied by 3 by 2 matrix. Now as you can see again, the number of columns in the first matrix is the same as the number of rows in the second matrix. Now from this information we can see that our final matrix should be a 2 by 2 matrix. Alright, just the same way that we got a 2 by 2 matrix in the first question. In this second example, our final answer should be a 2 by 2 matrix. Let's check it out. So matrix A is giving us 1, 0, 2, 2, 1, 0 times matrix B. Matrix B is giving us 1, 2, 1, 0, 5, 1. All right, so we have to multiply these two matrices. Let me change my pen to red. Now I open my squared bracket. Now what we do now is we are doing the same thing. The row will multiply the column in the second matrix. So the row in the first matrix will multiply the corresponding element in the second matrix. So it's 1 times 1. So we have 1 times 1 plus we have 0 times 2 plus we have 2 times 1. All right, that's for the first element. The second element is 1 times 0 plus 0 times 5 plus 2 times 1. All right, that's for the second element. So to get the other elements, I will use the second row. The second row will multiply all the columns in the second matrix. So we 2 times 1 plus 1 times 2 plus 0 times 1. All right, so for the last element is 2 times 0 plus 1 times 5 plus 0 times 1. So basically all we are saying is that when we are to multiply matrices, we multiply the row of the first matrix by the corresponding columns of the second matrix. So therefore, matrix A times matrix B will give us, I open my square bracket, so 1 times 1 is 1, plus 0 times 2 is 0, plus 2 times 1 is 2. So 1 plus 0 is 1, plus 2 is 3. So that is our first element. For the second element, 1 times 0 is 0, plus 0 times 5 is 0, plus 2 times 1 is 2. So that gives us 2. Now 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 times 2 is 2, plus 0 times 1 is 0. So that gives us 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 0, 4. So that gives us 4. So for the last element, 2 times 0 is 0, plus 1 times 5 is 5, and plus 0 times 1 is 0. So that gives us 5. So here is our final answer. So as you can see, our final matrix is a 2 by 2 matrix. So here is our final answer. Thank you.